If you know someone with dementia or Alzheimer's who's confused, memory impaired, and you need a better way to reach them emotionally, this video is for you. Hi, I'm Dr. Jim. My topic today is the power of validation for cognitive impairment. Okay. Years ago, professionals once believed that the best approach to interacting with individuals cognitively impaired due to Alzheimer's or some other dementia-related condition was a concept known as reality orientation. I'm one of those people that used it back then. This approach was widely used and involved an attempt to draw the impaired person out of their confusion and into the here and now, into our reality. And it didn't work so well. As a matter of fact, many times it caused greater agitation, more confusion, and aggression. Because the focus was on let's get you in our reality instead of focusing on the person's feelings and emotions. And validation is all about what the person is feeling and what their emotions are within the moment. So what is validation therapy? As cognitive impairment worsens, one of the most important tools that you have is communication, but with a focus on feelings, emotions, empathy, and active listening. Listening, of course, to their words, but to the feelings underneath those words. Reality simply is not as important as how the person is feeling and what they're experiencing in the moment, regardless of their cognitive status. Factual content is irrelevant, and emotional well-being is key. Communicating respectfully, showing interest, and then creating an environment that calms and comforts. Those are all very important aspects of validation therapy. Now, who developed validation therapy? Naomi Fail. She's a native of Cleveland, Ohio, and she's credited for the development of validation therapy. She and her parents moved from Germany to Cleveland, Ohio, where her father became an administrator and her mother was a social worker, and specifically at the Montefiore Home for the Aged. I know exactly where it is, and I've been in it many times. After earning degrees from Columbia University in New York, she entered the world of senior care and quickly picked up the current methods of interacting with older adults with dementia, and these simply were not effective or successful for her. She picked that up right out of the gate, and I'm glad she did. So, why validation versus reality? Why is validation better than reality? Trying to get the confused person to enter our reality can be very stressful and lead to negative behavioral reactions. Questions like, what year is it? What city do you live in? Are attempts to draw the memory impaired into their current situation, which may or may not be known to them. So we're causing frustration. More important issues, including how the person feels, their need for food or drink, the experience of pain or discomfort, or even something as simple as the need to go to the bathroom, are immediate needs that require validation. If I have to go pee, who cares what day it is or what month it is? Okay? So is the current year more important than the individual's fear as the sun is setting, sundowning, or shadows appear within their living space? The answer is clearly no. So how do we validate the memory impaired person's feelings and emotions. It's important to understand that validation is what it is, and then how to engage in it with memory impaired persons. The first and most important element of validation is to genuinely care about the person, and then for you to be fully present with him or her. Then we enter into their reality. We don't ask them to join us in ours, which can be very effective in reducing anxiety or agitation. When the caregiver is in their reality, trust and a sense of security might be achieved. Next, we want to focus on emotional rather than cognitive content. In other words, their feelings are more important than their mental accuracy about time, place, or objects. Throughout the validation experience, active listening is critical because it focuses on not only what is being said, but the emotions behind the words. And I continue. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Now I'd like to provide some tips on validation therapy. While emotions take precedent over thoughts, because that's what we're talking about here, there are several tips and strategies to enhance a validating experience. The caregiver may employ the following tips or ideas. Using a lower voice or a tone of voice while speaking clearly and somewhat slower than usual is advised. Maintain loving and eye contact throughout the interaction. Use reassuring and non-threatening physical contact if the individual allows it or desires it. Enter the world of their past and then reminisce with them. Engage in their life review. Watch old TV shows or movies that they've always enjoyed throughout their lives. Play music from their eras that resonates with their past. Never argue. You're never going to win an argument. Never argue when the individual makes confused or disoriented statements because it doesn't matter. That's cognitive content. Validation is emotional content. So here are my final thoughts on validation therapy. For some individuals with memory, impairment, or dementia, their current reality may or may not be very pleasant. They may have moved from their once beloved home and now they reside in a skilled nursing center. Their spouse or their children may be deceased. Many feelings emerge from memories related to things like those. It's therefore far better to focus on their feelings over their thoughts or cognitive content. When interacting with someone who is confused or disoriented, validate their experience instead of bringing them in to today's reality. I'm Dr. Jim. I hope this was helpful for you. And if you enjoyed it, keep coming back for more good information. Thank you so much for taking some time to watch the video. I appreciate it. And if you're a licensed healthcare professional who's looking for some great continuing education, we've got it. And we are always working on brand new, fresh content for you. So you can find the link to the website in the description and keep coming back for more information. I hope to see you soon.